It's a hot day in South Africa, and Donald Trump has just come on air to say that he has seen the terrible things going on in South Africa. I live here, and I haven't really seen the terrible things he speaks about. I'm continually amazed at the disinformation that this man sends. I'm amazed that anyone would believe him. We in South Africa are laughing. We honestly are. But what worries me most is that you Americans seem to believe him. Even statements about your own country, you believe that he's doing the best thing. I feel very sad for you and very down. I hope you can get this man out one way or the other. Goodbye. It's a hot day in...
Yeah, so that's why. Hey, look, man, that's a South African. That man he's a white South African, like Elon Musk. Elon Musk is the wannabe American, the African guy who, the guy who's from Africa who's trying to declare that I will be a trillionaire at the expense of smart Americans. The IIQ geniuses who claim the earth is flat, flat. Left stunned. Yes. Those are the Americans that Elon Musk, told them that he's going to make their life better after during the presidential election, electing Donald Trump to be president. And now, he has white people in America running for covers. They are so scared of this white man that he's not an American. And the people in Africa, Asia, and Europe, they're just laughing at America because people are like, there's no immigrant that comes in my country and take it over the way that this has happened. And they say the only reason why it is happening is because if you as people who are corrupt, then it's easy for you to corrupt them. But when it comes on to sovereignty and protecting their country, no way, that could never happen. So the African guy, Elon Musk, declares, I will be a trillionaire at the expense of smart American IIQ geniuses who claims the earth is flat. Yes, left stunned. So the world is in shock as the audacious and unapologetic, bold African Elon Musk. Elon Musk is not an American. He wasn't born in this country. He's from Africa. A guy who's from Africa have over 300 million people in the palms of his hand. And they're like, you got a party, the Republican Party, they can't do anything because they're not patriots. They're for sale. You understand what I'm saying? So the world is in shock right now. What's going on? Elon Musk, the African guy, has made an earth-shaking declaration that has left the so-called intellectual elites of America scrambling for answers. In a move that has sent social media into frenzy. Yeah. He had said it secretly, that I will be a trillionaire and I will do it at the expense of the America so-called smartest minds. Well, let's see if it's going to happen because right now, the Treasury, pays out close to $7 trillion every year. So they're saying that he's raiding the Treasury right now. So let's see what is going to happen. So yes, you heard it. You heard that right. While America has long prided itself as being a land of innovation and technological supremacy, the African mogul is flipping the script, turning the tables on the very people who once dominated global industry, finance, and cutting-edge technology. He's not just aiming for wealth. He's how to rewrite history, cementing his place as the ultimate disruptor in the global economy. But as they says, remember that he's not an American. He's an immigrant. Do you think that the poor immigrant is going to allow this guy to take over their country? You think the poor Americans are going to let this immigrant takes over their country at the pace that it's going? Even those that voted for Donald Trump, You're going to see things that are happening in America they have never seen before. This ain't going to be the Civil War. You're going to see things that you have never dreamt before. And the table is going to turn. The fear that is going on in the country, it's going to turn around in a different way. Where people who supported this guy, they are the ones who's going to be living in fear. Because when you push the dog around and you corner him, that dog will attack you. That's how it is. So, yes, you heard it. You're that right. While America, has long prided itself as being the global dominant, but what the days of America dominating the world is coming to an end. And this African guy, he's making sure that he's doing everything to destroy it. America's IQ gurus, left in the dust. This bold declaration has left many asking, who exactly are these smart Americans he's referring to? The same so-called geniuses who once claimed the earth was flat? The Ivy League educated economists who predicted that billionaires from third world countries were nothing more than a fantasy? The Wall Street elites? The Wall Street elites who scoffed at the idea of an African tech titan rising to power? The great power shift. The West falls, Africa rises. And that is what's happening right now. The West falls and Africa rises. For decades, America has enjoyed its dominance in finance, innovation, and global influence. But while they were busy arguing over gender pronouns, debating flat earth theories, and getting offended by everything under the sun, Africa was quietly building its empire. Tech giants, oil barons, mining tycoons, and cryptocurrency pioneers in Africa has been steadily amassing untold fortunes, while Western nations continue to drown in debt and political distractions. The African Elon Musk, known for his cutthroat business acumen and fearless ambition, is proof that the tides are turning. While Silicon Valley was outsourcing jobs and playing identity politics, Africa was laying the groundwork for an economic revolution that will soon shake the world. A warning to America: you laugh, now watch me win. Wow. With a smirk, he issued his final warning to the West. You laugh at us, you call us underdeveloped, you thought Africa was just a place for charity and handouts. But now, you'll watch in disbelief as we take over everything you thought you owned. I will be the first trillionaire, and you will be the ones who made it possible. Wow. So that's what Elon Musk had said. Yeah, he said that he's going to be the first trillionaire, and Americans is going to make him it possible. The IIQ ones, the ones that are smart, that has no patriotism to their country. You understand? So the message is clear. America, intellectuals, arrogance has blinded it. And now a new wave of economic powerhouse from Africa are ready to seize the throne. The days of Western dominance are numbered, and the era of African billionaires and trillionaires is just beginning. Brace yourself. The world will never be the same again. So white South African Elon Musk mock dumb Americans. Your IQs are like stones. You elected a clown and believe his lies daily. Ladies and gentlemen, get around for what might be the most hilarious, mind-blowing, and embarrassing revelation of the century. If you thought Americans were the smartest, most intelligent people on earth, think again. Because right now, South Africans are rolling on the floor laughing at the sheer stupidity of the so-called world's greatest democracy. A white South African shocking revelation on Twitter has delivered an absolute gut punch of truth that has left America's so-called IIQ citizens looking like a herd of lost sheep being led by a blindfolded clown. According to this South African truth teller, the land of the free and the brave, nothing more than a cesspool of ignorance, illiteracy, and blind stupidity. What's the biggest joke of all? Donald J. Trump. Yes, while America are still hypnotized by their great leader swallowing his lies like toddlers gulping down candy, South Africans are watching the show unfold and laughing their heads off at how gullible, clueless, and downright foolish America has become. Trump is the epitome of propaganda and lies. The South African declare, shaking his head in disbelief, and yet every day millions of America wake up, swallow his nonsense without question. If he's Moses parting the Red Sea. America, your IQs are like stones. South Africans who were once told by American media that they were living in some dangerous collapsing country are now the ones pointing fingers and mocking the absolute stupidity of Americans who believe every lie this orange face cult leader feed them. According to report from media outlets, social media pages and news stations in South Africa, South Africans are having the time of their lives watching America descend into self-inflicted chaos. One viral comment sums up the situation. We always knew Americans were ignorant, but we never realized they were this dumb. How can a whole country let a man brainwash them daily and not like he's telling the truth? And a South African laugh. We thought America was full of geniuses, but their IQs are like stones. It's a country run by circus performers and clowns are in charge. Dumb America, nation of fools who believe anything. It gets worse. While Trump keeps flooding the airwaves with lies, Americans keep lapping it up like thirsty donkeys in a desert. Meanwhile, South Africans who were once told they should escape to America for a better life are now openly rejecting the idea of ever stepping foot in such a foolish country. Who in their right mind would flee to America? Are you mad? We are living in fine style in South Africa while America is drowning in stupidity and lies. Yes, you read it correctly. Not a single South African is dreaming about escaping to America. Because why would they? The so-called greatest country on earth is actually a Gartan circus where the population willingly believe fairy tales, conspiracy theories and blatant lies, while the rest of the world watches in amusement. America's the final blow. America elect a clown, and now the whole world is laughing. At the end of the day, South Africa have zero sympathy for America's decline. After all, they didn't elect the black woman because, hey, according to them, she's not American enough. But a man who was born in Africa, who's raiding their American institution, a nation of clown and stone-brain fools. The world is laughing. If America was once seen as a shining beacon of intelligence, progress, and leadership, then today it has been reduced to nothing more than a global joke, an international laughingstock. The land of the so-called free thinkers have become exposed as a country full of brainwashed, illiterate, and belligerent fools willingly marching to the drumbeat of a liar, a conman, and a buffoon. And the most hilarious, humiliating part, the world is watching, pointing and laughing hysterically. The final verdict, America is a circus and a clown, and the clowns are running the show. For years, America arrogantly believed that they were superior, more educated and more enlightened than the rest of the world. They ridicule other nations, backing their intelligence, their culture and their supposed backwardness. But now, in a cruel twist of fate, the table has turned and the so-called third world countries are the ones sitting back, sipping their drinks and having the last laugh. America elected a clown and now the entire world is laughing at the circus that follow. The punchline of the century. Americans claim to be high IQ thinkers, yet they believe a pathological liar without question. They call themselves the leaders of the free world, yet they willingly chain themselves to ignorance and propaganda. They mock other countries for poor governance, yet they have elected a man who can't even spell hamburger correctly. They pride themselves of being educated, yet half of their population still doesn't believe in evolution or basic science. They call others nation corrupt, yet they blindly follow a leader who treats the presidency like a personal mafia empire. Who would flee to dumb America? South Africans deliver the final blow. Perhaps the most savage humiliation of all is that the fact not a single South African would ever trade places with an American, while the US media and its brainwashed citizens push the tired, outdated narrative that people from other countries are desperate to move to America. South Africa made it clear, hell no. Why would we ever leave our country for a nation full of fools? We are living in fine style in South Africa, while America destroy themselves with stupidity. At this time, America is beyond saving. The so-called greatest nation on earth has reduced to a madhouse run by lunatics. The people are too dumb to recognize the difference between truth and lies. They worship a man who treats them like idiots and happily accept it. But true, Donald Trump, that ran for embarrass them, and them not have a problem with that. Boy, may I tell you, I just saw it go still. So the people are too dumb to recognize the difference between truths and lies. They worship a man who treats them like idiots and happily accept it. Dumb America a nation beyond redemption. For those who still cling to the illusion that America is some kind of intellectual powerhouse, let's be clear. The ship has sailed. South Africans and the rest of the world have seen the truth. The country that once claimed to be the home of geniuses is actually a breeding ground for stupidity and blind loyalty and a cult-like ignorance. And so, as the white South Africans sit back and laugh at the circus unfolding in America, the rest of the world watches it and shake their head. Because at the end of the day, America has become the ultimate cautionary tale, a nation that thought itself superior, only to the collapse under the weight of its own idiocy. And the worst part, the people don't even realize they are the joke. Final word. America, the joke's on you. The world is laughing. Your so-called IQ is a myth. And the once mighty land of the free is nothing more than a crumbling empire of fools ruled by a clown. Enjoy the circus, America. You earned it. So that is what they are saying right now about America. Say America is really the laughing stock of the world. The world is laughing at America. So it is just sad that the world is looking at America as a circus. So I hope you enjoy the show. Have yourself a beautiful day. Peace.